Um, Even though I don't want to be with him anymore, there is a part of me that wants him to still want to be with me. And when I kind of think about like what gets me upset, or why am I so sad about certain things, of him wanting to also go through with the divorce, if I don't want to be with him. My problem is not that I don't value myself or I don't have self-love. I think if I didn't, I would continue to be in this relationship. And I feel like this found awareness of myself and the self-love has brought me to this point of wanting to get the divorce and move on and find someone or many someones that fulfill me, more.
Sound like that man about to be free. Free, and you can go out to the streets and find those many someones you want to find.
What if you made a decision that you thought would change your life for the better, only to realize moments later that the cost was far higher than you ever imagined? They filed for divorce and instantly regretted it after the revenge. Stay tuned to learn how one person's choice spiraled into a nightmare.
If I had known this, it would have saved me from a second divorce. Every choice you make stems from what you believe you deserve. After my divorce, no confidence. It was my mission to get into another relationship and fall in love. Like, I needed to prove to myself that my divorce was the right decision. I needed someone to make me feel like I was worth loving. I didn't know how to do that for myself. And when you're coming from that place of lack, you choose the wrong partners. And here's divorce number 2. Don't do what I did. Take the time to get to know yourself and to like yourself so that you know what you deserve and you don't settle for less. Come join Divorced and Empowered if you want to connect with other women rebuilding after divorce.
Today, we're diving into a story that many will find shocking, a decision that felt liberating at first, but ended up being the beginning of a long, painful journey. What started as a pursuit of freedom quickly turned into a battle that was far more difficult than anticipated. You'll want to hear this before making any life-changing choices. Let's rewind for a moment. Imagine being in a relationship where, after years of growing apart, everything begins to fall apart. Conversations that once flowed easily now turn into arguments. The love that was once there fades into something more like resentment. It wasn't a decision made overnight. It's never that simple, is it? Maybe you've been there before, feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. The late nights, the silence that says more than words ever could. In that moment, it might feel like the only way out is to walk away. I can't live like this anymore. So, the decision was made, divorce was filed. But what they didn't know was that this choice would set off a chain of events that would change everything. What seemed like an escape quickly turned into a nightmare of regret. Now, here's where things take a dramatic turn. Divorce is hard enough as it is, an emotional roller coaster filled with fear and uncertainty. But what wasn't anticipated was how deeply the other person would take it. They weren't just hurt, they were angry, very angry. They weren't one to cry about it, they were calculated. They had a plan, and the second the decision was made, they activated it. Now, before you start thinking it was some wild, dramatic revenge plot, this wasn't about theatrics. It was about something much more subtle, but far more devastating. The revenge wasn't loud, it was emotional, it was strategic, and it played out over time. You see, after the divorce was filed, the other person began slowly, almost imperceptibly, removing their presence from every part of life. Joint finances? Gone. Shared accounts? Cleaned out. The future they had planned? Disappeared. At first it seemed like nothing. Just a few inconveniences here and there. But as the weeks went by, it became clear. Control was slipping away. What started as a fight for freedom quickly became a nightmare of regrets. Everything they feared was coming true. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the choice you made to escape your problems has only deepened them. What was supposed to be the end of a painful chapter was actually just the beginning of a far more painful one. The emotional cost? Beyond what could have ever been imagined. By the time this realization set in, it was too late. The damage had been done, and the pain of losing the person they thought they could walk away from started to sink in. The life they had imagined after the divorce? It was crumbling. Now, they were paying the price for their decision. This story is a powerful reminder of the consequences of rash decisions, especially when driven by emotions like anger, frustration, and fear. We often think that divorce is the solution to all our problems, but sometimes it's not the end. It's just the start of a whole new set of struggles.
I am calling because I wanted to know what your parents' relationship was like.
My parents were married for 40 years.
And they loved each other?
And my dad died when they were just past their 40th anniversary.
Wow. And they loved each other. I mean, you saw that they loved each other?
Yep.
Hello?
I said yep.
Oh. And you still don't believe that marriage is something for more than just having children or for a green card?
There are no benefits to men.
To men?
Men. For men.
Well, that's a really sad way to look at it.
That's how it is.
Huh. Well, being that I'm not a man, I guess I have no opinion on
What are the benefits to men? Give us the list.
Well, I don't know because I'm not a man, but I would say that it would be the same benefits as to a woman as just to having a companion.
You can have a companion without signing a legally binding document.
No, yes, I agree. I do agree with that.
Without signing over half of everything you own.
Well, you don't have to do that.
That's my point.
Yeah.
There is no benefit to a man.
Huh. Well, knowing that maybe that you're not going to die alone.
You don't have to be married to die with somebody there caring about you.
Yeah. You just know that it's guaranteed if you're married.
There is no guarantee in marriage either. Getting a divorce is easy.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that easy.
It is.
I know. Well,
it should be easy to get divorced and hard to get married.
Maybe it should be easier. Harder to get married.
Too many people are doing it.
Why do I think people are doing it?
I said too many people are doing it.
Yeah, they are, and not ready for it either.
Yep.
I agree with that. Well, Tom, I don't know then.
You didn't have much of an argument for me here, man.
I know. I think I just was hoping that maybe you'd had a bad experience with your parents' marriage, so maybe that's why you didn't have a better view of it.
They were married. We had 4 kids, several grandchildren.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Tom.
Hang on a second, Amanda. Myra, what did you want to say to Amanda?
I wanted to know why you called trying to analyze Tom. Why are you... You heard me.
Analyze Tom? I guess I did because he's a telephone personality and he's giving an opinion.
You have so many questions for him. If you don't like what he's saying, you can change the station.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I was just curious.
Well, obviously you didn't like it because you called with your opinions.
No. Well, I didn't call with an opinion. I didn't really give an opinion. I just had a question.
You didn't give your opinion. Okay, what was the purpose of calling and asking about his parents? Are you interested in him? Did you want to know about his family or...
Yeah.
What for? Did he ask? Okay, what about your parents?
My parents didn't have a good marriage.
Well, just because yours didn't doesn't mean everybody else's does.
Yeah, I know. I was just curious.
You're curious. Well, when you're curious, you can email him. Don't waste his time on the radio. We're bored listening to that.
Well, then you can change the radio station.
No, only when you're on.
Okay, well, I guess that's why I'm not a TV personality.
Whatever.
Neither am I.
Such a loser.
Or radio.
obviously. You keep stuttering on the phone and saying, what? What did you say? Right.
Okay. Well, I don't really know what to say. You have a lot of hatred in you, I think.
I don't have hatred. I just think that you're a dumb caller.
I mean, you don't know me at all.
I didn't say I knew you. I said that I think you're a dumb caller. I think you're calling for stupid things. You called trying to make him look dumb. That's what you originally called.
No, I really wasn't.
Excuse me, hoping that he would say, oh, I had a very bad childhood, my mother and father, whatever. That's what you were hoping for.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to hope.
Why would you hope that Tom had a bad childhood?
No, I didn't mean that. I meant
that's what you said.
I would hope that there would be
said.
a more solid reason to his not believing.
There is a solid reason. The solid reason is there are no benefits for a man to be married, and I just pointed out that you couldn't name any benefits, and you couldn't.
No, I couldn't.
So you're just wasting his time then?
Well, I didn't know that until I called.
Well, now you know.
Thanks, Myra.
Amanda, Myra, thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Crystal on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. That was funny.
Laugh it up.
Long time, third time.
Thank you.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I am actually about to get married on the 30th of July, but I'm freaking out about the bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of wanted to know your opinion and your views on it. I'm trying not to be the bitchy girlfriend or the obsessive one or the weird one, and every time I say no strippers, like for some reason your voice is the one right on top of my shoulder telling me to shut up, so...
It's certainly possible.
I do.
By the way, I haven't seen many strippers who are 10s.
Any strippers what? I'm sorry.
I haven't seen many strippers who are 10s.
Okay, well...
Let's start with that.
Yeah. But I am going to be cool, and I am going to let him have one. But I'm just so paranoid that he's going to get so just wasted and...
Oh, by the way, I'm a big believer in semantics, that every word has meaning.
Right.
You shouldn't be saying things like, I'm going to let him have a bachelor party.
Well, no, well, you
Thanks,
know what
Mom.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm trying not to have a problem with it.
I understand.
That was the wrong word for it. You're right.
Yeah. God, that tells me more about your relationship than you wanted to reveal.
You're probably right. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But do you agree with bachelor parties? I mean,
So, what can we learn from this story? If you find yourself at a crossroads in life, whether it's a relationship, career, or a major decision, take a moment to pause. Think long term. Emotions can cloud your judgment, but regret? That's a feeling you want to avoid. Think before you act. It's never easy to turn back once you've made a life-changing decision. But if you're in a position where you can, take the time to weigh your choices carefully. Think about the future, and most importantly, about the consequences. Because sometimes, revenge doesn't look like what you expect. It's quiet, it's painful, and it can haunt you long after the decision is made. Before you go, I want to invite you to watch another video on my channel. It's about something that can change your life forever. Check out our channel videos, SND click the right one, and dive into how to adapt better decisions for peace of your life. Take control of your future. Start now. And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.